Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my YouTube channel, Magic Mind Medium. So proceed with the 10 card reading for today. All right, so let's see what the reading is on for today. Let's see if that's enough cards. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I got 11 cards. That's totally fine. All right, let's proceed with laying down the cards. Okay, so I got two of the number one card. The number one card is going to be on the person, situation, circumstance, or some type of clarity or insight. All right, so I get 10 of coins, which mentions legacy. And I have 3 of wands, adventure. All right, so the 10 of coins mentions leaving a legacy, retirement, inheritance. The 3 of wands mentions teamwork, work, commerce, expansion, and travel. Okay, so this could be in relation to, I've seen some documentation, not documentation, but documentaries and post YouTube videos is what I'm getting at in regards to what is this? What is this? That's something in my braids. In regards to some peoples or bodies of people and thoughts of moving out of the country or even leaving the country. All right, so this is what I have as the barrier or hindrance. I have contemplation. Uh, 4 of Cups mentions apathy, feeling unfulfilled, surprise gifts. So, yes, I'm going to say that this reading is in relation to potentially for those who may be considering relocating or migrating to another country. You may have been contemplating moving to another country or what have you. I'm going to say that I think some of those you may have a choice, but I also feel as though this reading is in reference to those who that choice has been made for them. Like if someone desires for you to leave and go to another country, you could have been somebody that has been under a hex, jinx, curse if you made to leave. And how would you know that? How would you know if someone or somebody's feel as though you should leave? Well, if it's always everywhere you move or everywhere you are, you get in low vibrational energy. It's all nothing never seems to be right, right? If it's always something, I would say that choice oftentimes is made for you. Sometimes we could be in situations where we don't have quote control. I mentioned that on I want to say either Saturday or Friday in regards to control or lack of control when that has been determined for us. And you will oftentimes find that you have energies or spirits in the back end that has made that decision for you, right? like, okay, this would be a good candidate to go somewhere else. I'm going to say that I feel as though this has been something that has happened with me, because I have had many instances where it has always been something, right? And this is to let you know that someone desires your spot. Like someone wants to be in your spot, and you're a candidate to go to the other side or to go out of the country, if that makes sense to you. Um, so how would you know if that is the case? Well, as I just mentioned, always nothing is always right everywhere you go. You have a lot of this low vibrational energy that gravitates to you. If you do right, is always something. If you do wrong, is always something. So I'm going to say that this reading is in reference to someone who potentially has a hex, jinx, or curse placed upon you in order to get you to move. All right. So it was so funny because I watched a documentary on a figure in Black history, Elizabeth Wright, which I've never heard of her. And I want to say it said that she was from Talbotton, Georgia, but she ended up starting a school. And this person migrated. I mean, this person traveled from place to place, place to place. And I kept saying to myself, why does this person keeps, going back and forth, back and forth? What is going on? My synopsis as to what was going on in this person's life was, and potentially every other Black figure who is noted in history, is that this person it was a fight against what she wanted versus what someone wanted of her. It's what I feel. Because it was a lot of back and forth, back and forth. And to me, it seems as though she may have felt as though she was being harassed. Like, I'm going to bite in other words, don't want to be bit, or don't want that responsibility placed upon them. This was chosen for me. And as a result, okay, whatever, I relented. Um, so I honestly feel as though, because a lot of her life, my life mimicked her life, right? Like I feel as though this reading is in relation to not her, but someone that has that same thing going on in their life where um a decision was made for you to go. If you don't do this, then you go. And we can have somebody else come in who would be just as capable. So, have you been in circumstances where it's always something? You know, this tan up, that tan up. Is always this influx of low vibrational energy. Nothing is ever right. That type of energy, right? So, I'm going to say, oftentimes you'll find that in order to exude competition or um, motivation, quote unquote, you will find that this energy space will put you in circumstances so I can get this one to do. Catch my drift? More or less like a reverse psychology. Okay, they don't want to have anything. They don't want to leave a legacy. They don't want to be a contributing factor to favorable history. So we're going to put this in place of that in hopes of somebody getting up and doing what we want them to do. Right? So I feel as though you may feel burdened by this so-called curse, hex, jinx, or obligation that has been placed upon you. You may feel a heaviness that's within your aura, within your sensibility to carry on, quote, a legacy or um, for us as African Americans. That makes sense. All right. Above the situation, I have this card here. Two of wands. It says anticipation. So that anticipation lets me know that you are could very well be like myself. You are not so quick to believe that the grass is greener on the other side, right? Like I feel as though you could potentially feel as though someone is trying to get you to do something that is contrary to what is spoken. I have the this is card 4, King of Swords, discernment. That is your discerning spirit, by the way. The King of Swords mentions an intentional leader, strategic thought. Right, right. You'll be very surprised as to um the deception of Satan. All right. To the left, I have Hermit, self enlightenment. Says go within for clarity, a quest for personal truth, spiritual illumination. Right. Yeah. I honestly feel as though that go back and forth energy is to see if there's a commonality amongst what is going on. Like this is your discerning spirit to see if the things that are transpiring here, if this is a common thing or is it just me? I have this card here. The Nine of Swords, it says isolation. Nine of Swords go on to mention nightmares, anxiety, grief, and depression. I feel as though I get the sensibility that you may feel alone. You may feel as though with your discerning spirit and God has revealed some things to you that no one sees it. Like no one understands what it is, why I don't want to take on such a such a um title or such a responsibility or obligation because it comes with challenges is what I feel. I get the Empress card. Um when I get the Empress card is in regards to communication, mass communication even. Um says divine nature. The Empress card as it relates to my cheat sheet mentions fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance, good parenting. See, in this situation has nothing to do with it. It has a lot to do with leaving a legacy and leaving imprints in history in regards to a time and space. Um, from me watching that documentary and coming in here and doing this reading, I'm going to say that um, do I believe everything that is written down in history? No, I don't. I don't. Um, as we will know that when we are around quote important people and we want to not bring so much negative attention to ourselves, many a times, you know, we will allow some things to be said that may not necessarily be true. I feel as though this is the case with you. I feel as though this was the case with this particular historical black historical figure or what have you. to show you how a lot of things can be manipulated in history, and what are you to believe. That's when you will ask for discernment, your discerning spirit, to give you that sensibility, is what I feel. I think this person was targeted based on their looks. Talking about the political figure, and it could be you as well. And oftentimes being targeted because of being a woman and the natural processes of being a woman. And some things were, they was trying to get this person medically, I feel, to alter and change some things about themselves, and they did not. And I think that was the reason for their going back and forth, is what I feel. Okay. Um, this is what I have as card 8. Card 7 is the attitude. Card 8 is what's surrounding. So I have 4 of coins. It says stability. Um, Greed or desire for long-term security. So something lets me know that this person did not feel secure, as well as you, in terms of dealing with this existence, like this physical existence. They did not feel secure. They did not feel what was being conveyed, and in other words, what was explicitly being conveyed and what was implicitly or implied was two different things. Like, we wanted you to be a notable political figure and write some things down, but underneath it all, we treated you like you was a stepchild, red-headed stepchild, so to speak. So that's the synopsis that I get from watching that program and doing this reading, because I think what is going on with that particular figure has happened with me as well, and whoever else may be listening in or tuning in. All right. So you will get a more sensibility of how things really work in this life experience, right? I think this person was running away from death. Like, you do these things because we tell you to do these things. You're going to do what we tell you to do. And in essence, this person kept giving pushback, running, running. And then boom, they set a Venus flytrap for this person to transition them away from this space. All right. So, in essence, getting back to the core of the reading, should you move out of the country? Because I feel as though that has been, that deciding factor has been chosen for you. That's what I feel. I'm going to say that. Always, you never could keep a job, can never hold down a job. Although you may work in a field where jobs are, you know, in abundance. Every place you move is always something. Every relationship you are in, there's some flakiness or phoniness. Yes, 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 yes. Someone is trying to take your place. And I can honestly tell you, this is how you would know that someone has trying to, we call it identity theft, but in spiritual sense is when someone is trying to take you away from a space, right? So you may exhibit um energies where you may act like somebody else. That is a hallmark sign that's of identity theft. Plain and simple. That's God. That's your discerning spirit letting you know what that is. Uh-huh. Yes. When the desire for you to go from one space to the next, and somebody wants to sit in your spot, and you begin to act in such a way, that's God giving you a discerning spirit that someone is trying to take your place, your space. and trying to get you to transition somewhere else, whether it's biological death or leave the country or wherever the case may be. Yes. This is what I have as hopes, fears, and dreams. Something gives me the sense about prejudice, bigotism, misogynistic energy. Just put it this way, they don't like you. And this is a way of hiding it and putting it in the forefront. All right, just in case no one has let you in on it. So this is hopes, fears, and dreams. I think because of your ambition, it has Page of Cups ambitions. Page of Cups, a studious kid, new love, volunteer work. Right. Somebody is wanting to use you, feel as though you're being studied. Somebody is want to use your quote gifts and profit off of it is what I feel. Whoever this reading resonate with or what have you, they want to use your quote gifts and exploit it. This is what I have as the outcome. I have the full card. It mentions freedom of innocence. So the full card mentions fresh hope, take chances, new paths and adventures and beginnings. Right. Right. This is what I'm picking up. Someone is trying to get you to go to another space. Is what I feel. Right. They're wanting to experiment on you. They're upset and angry because you won't allow them to experiment on you um, medically. You're making me look bad. You're making me making what I say don't matter. It's what I feel. So if I say put all your adults in the pool and here you are, you know, doing something contrary to that, then I got to get you away from here. So this is what I feel is going on with you and potentially with this Elizabeth Wright that I watched a documentary on yesterday. Right, right, right. You'll begin to wonder how a lot of people was able to attain such status because they did it by way of being harassed. It's what I feel. And typecast. Something lets me know that you have a lot of low vibration demonic energy around you. Is what I feel. I honestly feel as though your life mimics many figures in history, black figures, notable figures in history. There's I get a lot of demonic energy around. That's what I get. I'm going to say that this is a curse, is what I'm going to say. All right? This is a curse. I get two of staffs here. Two of wands, waiting for results, making a choice, travel plans. Right. So I think this energy is trying to keep you from that discerning spirit. Get the high priestess card here. I think a lot of it has a lot to do with how you view things. Your perception and how you view things is contrary to the norm. It's what I feel. So the high priestess card mentions secrets, mystery, intuition. Trust yourself. Exactly. Exactly. We have nine of cups here. Wishes come true, material abundance, good health. See, this is the thing. This is what I think you're trying to maintain is good health. I think that going back and forth, um, many people begin to feel as though you are reporting them and what they're doing. If that makes sense to anybody, get the sensibility of feeling trapped, feeling trapped. However, I also get the sensibility of wanting you to go to another space, potentially out of the country. I get Queen of Staffs. Queen of Staffs, a feisty person, confident, self-assurance. So I'm going to say this Queen of Staffs potentially is you. Whoever this reading is for, it could be for a woman, mature woman, over the age of 40 years old. You could be 40 up into 55, even. Get Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords mentions nightmares, anxiety, grief, and depression. Right, right, right. I think a lot of that is that energy that I mentioned, the money energy. You could very well be his picking up energy, residual energy from the past. Like are you the type of person who oftentimes wonder and question about things that happened in the past? You know, I did my love reading this past Friday where I mentioned about um love spells and summons and spirits. Yes, you can summon spirits when you have a curiosity to want to know. Like, how were things in the past and how did people go about their day and what was the morale of the past? And I think as a result of that curiosity, you became a self fulfilling prophecy, if that makes sense. Like, you mimic multiple figures in the past to give a sensibility as to the authenticity of what transpired historically in history. Is this information true? Is this information that is presented on here is something a bunch of lawyers or whoever got together and rewrote to see who knows versus who don't, right? We have Six of Cups here. Um, So the Six of Cups says nostalgia, gifts, innocence, reunion. So you could very well be the type of person that typically gravitates to historical things. You may be into architecture. His You may have a affinity towards learning about history, even travel. You know, you may have thought of traveling as well. We have Eight of Coins. I honestly get the sensibility that you also may be intuitive. So they're wanting to get your account um, as to how you feel and what you are picking up on in terms of what is written down versus what your impression is. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it is a bad thing that you go from place to place to place. No. I also would not say that it is a bad thing that someone will be trying to get you to go to another country or move out of the country. I wouldn't say in this case that that is necessarily a bad thing. However, what I will say is if someone is trying to get you to alter yourself medically to be experiment on, that is not good. Because although, I mentioned about, things that transpired in the past, remember I did pull the devil card. The devil card. So you have to be very careful about certain energies because although we may want to see the better side of things, we also want to be conscientious and aware of the negative side of things. Now, the devil card mentions addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, and sexual lust. So we have to be very conscientious about our travels and places we go because everybody is not going to be for you. That's just the way it works. All right, I get Eight of Coins here. And again, this podcast and YouTube channel is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. All right, so the Eight of Coins mentions mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. Yeah, I honestly feel as though whoever this reading resonate with, you could very well be intuitive, psychic, medium. You have a gift. And we want you, quote unquote, we speaking in second, third person, whatever, want to see what your impression of what is going on, what is written. Do you feel as though there is some authenticity in the two? Okay. We have Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups energy. So the Queen of Cups says a nurturing person, healing support. Okay, again, be conscientious when I get the healing support or anything that relates relation to medical or your health. Be very conscientious as to if someone is trying to experiment on you medically. All right. We got Nine of Staffs. Nine of Staffs. All right, so the nine of staff mentions keeping and maintaining your boundaries, persistence. Exactly. Maintain your boundaries. Don't be so quick to fall for everything. Let me light my sage. Everything that presents to you, and that's just being truthful about the matter. Okay, because as I pulled the devil card, and we all know the devil is not a favorable thing, right? Okay. Don't let your guard down. It's the point that I'm getting at. Because if I'm a snake and a snake bites, do you think I'm gonna come to you as a snake if I'm a snake that bites? No, no. I'm gonna get you real comfortable, and then I'm gonna go in. So be aware of that. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's pull out a couple more cards. This is the Celtic cards, thoughts, faith, and belief. So I do feel as though it is a curse that is on placed on you, potentially a hits even. I'm gonna pull out the pendulum board to get clarification. But yes, that's exactly what I feel it is. I do. All right, let's get my Urban Tarot cards. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to a close within the next 10 minutes. Yes, based on the course, I will say that it's a some type of heads, jinx, whatever you want to refer to it as. I would say so. But we're going to pull out the board and we will proceed. Something lets me know you're too smart, smarty pants, as they would say. Smarty pants. Queen of Wands. And that's the first time I'm pulling that card. Yes. Take a look at this card. You see, you had like the little demonic little figures around, right? Queen of Wands mentions a feisty person, confident, self-assurance. So that would be the what second, third time I'm pulling this card. Again, I think that is you. I think you have negative energy around. I get the Moon card. The Moon relates to unseen problems, voluntary changes, trust your instinct. Right. Then we have the King of Pentacles here. King of Pentacles. A solid and practical leader, wise investor. Yes, yes, yes. I think somebody is taking interest to invest. That's what I feel. We have Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles mentions patience, hard work, delayed success, waiting. Right, right. So in essence, is someone trying to get you to go to another space so they could begin to um take interest in a certain location, region, even. We have Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands mentions self-defense, protect against competition. Right. You have to be very careful. We got the Six of Pentacles here. Give and receive, help, generosity. Nine of Pentacles. Keeping and I'm sorry, Nine of Pentacles. Luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain, solo pleasures. Right. So someone I feel is wanting to get your spiritual sense as to what a lot of the energy spaces and other places are. Three of Pentacles. I honestly feel as though they're wanting to know if you are detecting some things that they detected, like manipulation of the elements, even. If you're able to detect and pick that up. I have Three of Pentacles, teamwork, collaboration, skill, quality, and craftsmanship. Right. If you're able to detect and pick up on some things. Four of Cups. Four of Cups says apathy, feeling unfulfilled, surprise gifts. Right. Again, the Devil card shows up. Once again, the Devil card mentions addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, and sexual lust. I get this card here, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords mentions complete and painful ending, rock bottom. All right, so I get this. I get success, the moon. We've already pulled the moon card. That may be the second or third time. Success. I think success in this sense of the matter is to get your spiritual input as to what this is. So, should you go? Well, I would say go, but be very aware. That's what I would say. I get cruelty here, interference, fortitude, the fortitude card. I get the universe card. So take note of the energy spaces that you're picking up. I get Maj, which is short for the magician. Oftentimes, when I get the magician card in regards to an illusionist being God, according to here, the magician is focused creativity, turning visions into reality, inspire action, and I get peace. All right. So I'm going to say, let's pull out my board, my pendulum board. I'm going to say once again that I feel as though potentially there is a curse or a jinx, but let's get the sensibility. All right. So whoever this reading is on, is this person under a hex, jinx, curse, or juju, or whatever you want to call it? Are they under a curse? Okay, so according to the board, yes. Okay. Now, does this person need to go to another country? Is this person uh yes, do they need to go to another country? Does this person need to go to another country? It's just kind of like, okay, yes. You may not be able to see it, but it is going to the yes. All right. Does this person need to be aware of his or her? All right, so I'm going to say that is so. I think you are picking up on the energy spaces from time ago. This is some of the things they did. They was back and forth, and it was to learn and to give you a synopsis about some things that may have moments in time. Bring this to a close, but I am going to pull out my manifestation cards because I did have the devil card to show up twice. Uh, well, it gave me three. I get the fall now, which I refer to as the witching season. That I feel as though your spiritual discernment or your insight is very heavy at this time. Like you're very sensitive at this time, is what it lets me know. I get door of dreams. You may have an influx of dreams that you have that God reaches you through at this time. Yes, because I think we get our discernment through different vessels. Something lets me know that yours is dreams. That's what it lets me know, and basically, dreams is to provide you insight about the energy space of others. It's what I feel like, what transpired moments and times in history and others. I have a remembrance card here. So, in remembrance, get you a journal or a composition book and proceed to write these things down, what your impression on it, and compare it to what was written down or what have you. Okay? So, that's your reading for today. Until then, have a safe and wonderful day.